don't think that anyone suspected that there would be people as evil as this.
This is happening. This is happening right now. There could be a 14-year-old girl as we speak turning tricks in a hotel room along the 401 corridor.
People don't realize it. It's an epidemic.
This is not prostitution. This is forced prostitution.
This is a form of modern-day slavery. This is sex slavery.
The typical cycle of abuse that they'd see is a grooming phase where it would be a romantic phase where they believe that the individual that they're speaking to is romantically interested in them. And they would start to be a boyfriend-girlfriend type relationship. And as it moved on, he would shower her with gifts and take her to nice restaurants and drive her around in high-end vehicles. And at some point he would turn her, and it's pretty consistent where he would say that she owes him for the gifts, and now he's completely broke. He may owe somebody money, and she owes him. And at this point, she's also been isolated from her family, and she could be in another town or city, and she doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know who to turn to. She's too embarrassed to talk to her friends or family, and begins to do what he's asking or telling to do. These girls, some of them have experienced some severe trauma. They have no way to get out of the situation, and they go through a complete cycle of abuse. They're property to these individuals. It's not a person, it's a commodity, it's slavery.
It's money. It's all based on money. This is a product and they're marketing it.
A lot of these individuals, these victims, young female victims, are given quotas, and they're bound to be in that room for a period of time in order to reach those quotas. She's not permitted to leave the room. She has to stay in there. We quite often find text messages that are asking their controller or pimp if they can walk out and get a glass of water, if they can, take an hour break because they're tired. And quite regularly we find, no, you can't. You have to work. You have to make your quota. You have to get this money. It's a business.
These women and these girls feel bound by chains, committing them to this lifestyle. You can't see these chains, but we know they're there, and we're helping them break free.
We'll reach out to these girls electronically through text and then set up a time to meet them in the hotel.
Sometimes it's a knock on a door and identify yourself as an officer and immediately get me out. Sometimes it's a 10-minute conversation, sometimes it's a 3-hour conversation, and you're just getting them to trust you so that either that night or in the future when they do need you, they know your face and they know you, and you're someone that they can trust. Everyone had a passion for this, right? It was very, very dedicated teams, countless hours, and all for one common goal, and that was to help these girls out.
The amount of sacrifices these officers are making on a daily basis is unbelievable. Durham Regional Police is one of the agencies that is starting to become very well known around Canada and even in North America. When I go and speak to FBI, I mention Durham Regional Police. Everybody seems to know that who's Durham Regional Police.
I think this turns traditional policing a little bit on its head, in that we're working with victims and police officers are working with victims in some cases where they may not be charged as laid. I have a tremendous amount of respect and admiration for any of the individuals who participated in these two projects. From the bottom of my heart, I'd really like to send out a very warm thank you.
If every police agency would handle human trafficking the way Durham Regional Police handles it, I think Canada would be in a lot better shape.
I'm honored to be receiving the award today for the men and women of these teams. I'm so proud of the work they've done, and I'm exceptionally pleased to see them recognized for their extremely hard work that they put together to help these victims.
Without the officers involved in this project, these girls would be probably still trafficked, lost, raped over and over, beaten, tortured.
Where would these girls be without these teams? We know where these girls would be. They'd be dead in a ditch, and we'd be trying to identify their body at the corners.